Hey, I am excited to finally be back with my ABC's Journey for Business for Good series that I kicked off a while ago and took a little bit of a break from, and now I'm back. So I am delighted to jump into that because I think that these are important conversations that need to be had. And what I really love about using the ABCs of Conscious Capitalism for Kids by Laura Hall as the source material for this conversation is this was designed to be accessible for kids to understand and to grasp these concepts, to be introduced to these concepts. And so whether you have been in the space of conscious capitalism and business for good for a very long time, or if this is the first time you've ever heard of something like this, I invite you to the conversation, listen in, join in, share your thoughts. For those who don't know me, I'm Cassandra Quinn, and I am a growth advisor and fractional COO for conscious businesses, those who care about making a difference in the world through their business. And I lead a team of amazing folks who are part of my outsourced operational services, and we all together make up Quinovate. But what we're going to get into today are letters H through L, so because last time I left off with G, and I'm going to read it to you storybook style. So we are starting with H. We have our heroes and heroines. So each of these letters start off with a quote. And so this quote this time is, "My philosophy is that life is all about learning and growing, and that life can be a real adventure of learning, growing, compassion, and joyfulness." That quote is from John Mackey, CEO of Whole Foods Market and co-founder of the Conscious Capitalism movement. Now, if you're new to Conscious Capitalism, I would also say jump back in my series when I was doing the letters daily-ish and listen in to letters A and B, where I do more of a deep dive of what is conscious capitalism. But I want to jump us right into the different topics of today for our H through L. And so I'm going to keep us rolling. So, heroes and heroines. Who is your favorite superhero? Now think about what makes them super. Is it their bright red cape that they wear with such pride? The way they walk and talk with confidence and strength, or something more? I bet you can come up with a few specific examples of this person's strength, wow, there we go, courageousness, or selflessness. Look behind the superhero cape and you'll probably find someone who is trying to make the world a better place. To be a hero, you need to take action, roll with the changes, and accomplish your mission at whatever cost. Now, I often stop and have commentary at whatever cost. I have questions. You might too. I'm not sure that I fully buy into the idea of at whatever cost, but I do understand that making a difference, we need to take action, roll with the changes, be flexible, accomplish your mission, and we're going to keep going. There are also heroes and heroines of conscious capitalism. They have helped companies go green and treat communities better. They have inspired businesses to treat customers and employees with care. For example, John Mackey, a co-founder of Conscious Capitalism and CEO of Whole Foods, turned his business around, making it a force for good. He went on to co-write Conscious Capitalism, the book, so others could follow his footsteps and help change the world for the better. He actually co-authored that with Raj Soda. And I know that sometimes people have questions about John Mackey, and I've never had the pleasure of meeting him and having a conversation about his business journey. I have had the pleasure of talking with Raj a couple of different times about his journey. I do, if I ever had the opportunity to talk to John, want to know about the journey for Whole Foods since his establishment of the conscious capitalism movement, especially with the merger or the buy, how it being taken by, that's not the word I want, bought? I don't know the word I'm looking for. The merger and acquisition with Amazon. So I'm curious about how this concept of conscious capitalism fits in with that. But we're going to, again, keep going. So, especially since I couldn't even find the word I was looking for. I see. I don't know who it is because it doesn't say who in the place I'm broadcasting from, but one of the people just commented as they're following along, at whatever cost, flight attendants remind us to secure our own mask before helping others. So perhaps that's an exception to whatever cost. Yeah, I think I definitely think that we need to be mindful of securing our own oxygen masks, and also like what we're doing and what is the impact. That's kind of the whole point of conscious capitalism, right? Is thinking about all of our stakeholders and how are we having impact in the world. And so not looking through just one lens of what is good. So anyway, I do a lot of commentary sometimes. We're going to keep going. Talked about, okay, there we go. Sad when I lose my place in a book for kids, but that's all right. Keep an eye out in the following pages to learn about other heroes of conscious capitalism. While these people are doing all they can to create courageous businesses, we also need the next generation of heroes and heroines to step into the world of conscious capitalism. Is that maybe you? Will you take up the torch and work to change your business to bring healing to our planet and its people? I hope so. And then we have our picture up here that I will do my best to get in focus for you. I think I have trouble with that. There we go. But it says draw a circle around each person, give them a name, and make up a story about them. What contribution can each person make? Does one person have skills in math? Is one person especially caring? Beside each character, write down their special contribution. And if you are joining me now, I would love to hear in the comments where you're joining from or any thoughts that you have about the topic, because that's the whole point of Storytime with CQ, is that I'm opening up conversations about all of these things. So we are ready for letter I, impact investors. Again, we'll start with a quote. We need to start to talk about money in ways that dethrone it and make it subject to human ethics and standards of love and decency. That is a quote from Joel Solomon, chairman of Renewal Funds. I think that's good enough that I'm going to read it again. We need to start to talk about money in ways that dethrone it and make it subject to human ethics and standards of love and decency. So let's dig in. Impact investors, more money. Did that get your attention? In the business world, there's a special word for people who want to provide you with money to support your business goals: investor. Investors want to work with someone who they believe will make money. Businesses give money back to the investors, give that money. I think there's actually a missing word there. And then some more. And then some is what it meant to say. I meant to say, as their business grows. So let's try that sentence again since Cassandra has trouble reading. Businesses give back that money to investors and then some as their business grows. It's a win-win. Businesses get money to succeed and investors make a profit. Capitalism in action. Now, there are also investors out there who care more about the money they will make back from a successful company. Some investors also care about the positive impact that a business is having on the people and the environment that surrounds them. Woohoo! We call these people impact investors, and conscious businesses draw these people in. They believe that if doing good is good business, then investing in good is also good business. Yeah. Money to help your business, money to help you build a successful business and make a positive impact on the world and the people around you. Now that sounds like a pretty good thing to me. All right. It says circle and color in all the ways you can find investors or raise money for a business. Then write down ideas of how this investment opportunity could benefit the city and its people. So here's our handy dandy picture. And we'll keep going. All right. So the next one is joyful jobs. This is something I'm especially passionate about and helping create. So the quote for this one is, life-fulfilling work is never about the money. When you feel true passion for something, you instinctively find ways to nurture it. That is a quote from Eileen Fisher, founder of the Eileen Fisher Fashion Company. Here we go. Joyful jobs. I want to let you in on a little secret. Someday, when you get a job, it will always involve work. It's true. But that work doesn't just have to be something to pay the bills. That job can mean so much more. In fact, you can truly love your job, you can truly find meaning in your work, and you can truly make a difference in the world. I hope that isn't a secret to you, but if you haven't heard this before, it's true. It can seem far out of reach to find a job that can make you happy and make an impact. But there are many companies that make their employees one of their main priorities. These businesses, you guessed it, conscious businesses, care for the people that work for them and about the world around them, creating a pretty meaningful place to work. Conscious bosses are honorable and caring and want to help you make a difference and contribute to something good. They want you to know no matter how. They want you to know how much you matter and will do what they can to help you leave a positive mark on the world. Yeah, that is what I try to do as a conscious leader. Not try, is what I'm committed to, is making sure that my team can feel connected to something that matters to them and that they are making an impact. So we have, how are each of the jobs on this page an example of being a conscious business? So this one is probably like, my commentary on this is like, this picture I don't feel like is really demonstrating a lot of jobs, or it's not super clear what the jobs are because it's people walking down the street, right? We have this older woman knitting, and what looks like a little boy is like maybe reading to her. We've got this man with a briefcase talking on a phone with a dog following him. Not sure. We got two people on the sidewalk just kind of standing there looking around. Maybe that's us, supposed to be being observant. We got these people down here building a dog house. Maybe it's for our dog on the street. Who knows? But we got a couple of folks who look younger painting, and an older person, an adult, looking like they're helping build it. And then we've got what you can't read probably because it's just not coming through clearly enough. Is this kid's shirt says Kid Tech Help, and then it looks like an adult who looks a little perplexed about how to use their technology, and they're helping. So I think that kid has a job or a business, which is cool. And then this, which you can't read, says Community Clinic Blueprints. So I think that this person is building some kind of clinic to help the community, obviously. And then this says Eileen Fisher, founder of the Eileen Fisher Fashion Company, who had our quote from earlier. And then we've got a bus and a plane and some buildings. So I do find the prompt here a little less clear, but it is interesting to take a look at the picture. All right, we're on to letter K. All right, we're down to our last two letters of today. So kid power, kidpeneuers. A person's a person, no matter how small. Dr. Seuss. Here we go. We're going to dive right in. Kid power or kidpeneur. Don't you hate it when people tell you you'll get to do something when you're older? You'll have to wait till you're 16 to learn to drive. You'll understand when you're older. That's only for adults. Ugh. Well, you don't have to wait at all to become a multimillionaire and change the world. Now, I'm going to pause. Commentary. I'm interested in people's thoughts about teaching kids that they can be multimillionaires as kids and be able to change the world. I love the idea. I will tell you that there was something inside of me that got stirred the first time I read this, that I was like, oh, like, what are we teaching kids? Like, why are we teaching them to want to be multimillionaires? And I went, doesn't big impact require big money? And, or often does anyway. So just noticed some of that come up for me, and my relationship to money and teaching kids. And so even though we're talking about conscious capitalism, I just wanted to own that is a part of what was going on for me and my reactions to it. So not saying it's bad. In fact, I think I just found a moment inside of me that maybe needed to have a moment to be looked at. Now I'm rambling. Let's get back to the story. So Kids of all ages have invented cool things and started their own businesses. Kid power is amazing because, unlike adults who can often be focused only on the money making opportunities a business has, kids want to do something that matters, something that they care about deeply, and something that can make the lives of people around them better. I do think that it is interesting that it says the amazing thing is that kids are only focused on those things. I think that kids learn to understand the power of money at a pretty young age, and sometimes can be pretty influenced by that. And it says, unlike adults who can often be focused only on the money making opportunities of a business, in a book where we are focused on teaching that a lot of people can do business differently. Yeah, just interesting word choices there. All right, we're going to keep going. Consider Michaela Ulmer, who became CEO of her own company, Me and the Bees Lemonade, at the ripe old age of 13. Not only is her lemonade sold over 500 stores, but she's asked to tell adults how to run their business. She's raking in the money, still making it to math class, and her company is helping save the bees. Or how about Sebastian Martinez? He's the founder of Are You Kidding Socks, a company he founded when he was 6. Not only is his company the place to go to when you want to find fun, weird socks, but his businesses has helped organizations like Autism Speaks and others by making special socks for their campaigns. I'm going to take a moment to give a public service announcement and disclaimer that I am actually not in support of Autism Speaks, and it actually has been identified by the autistic community in most directions to be a quite counterproductive organization and harmful organization to the autistic community. And so while I admire Sebastian Martinez's ability to start a sock company with weird socks at the age of 6, and it clearly sounds like his heart was in the place where he wanted to do good in the world, I just wanted to make sure that since I was highlighting these two specific kidpeneuers who are highlighted in this book, and they happen to mention Autism Speaks as making a difference in the world, I just wanted to offer that disclaimer. And in fact, I also want to take a moment just to drop into the comment section a link that tells you a little bit more about autistic advocacy and just some more information. This is a couple years old, but it's just a quick overview of Autism Speaks and some of the concerns that they have, the autistic community, and those who are consciously focused on making sure that we're supporting businesses making a difference in the world, some of the issues there, and some ideas of other places that if autism is something that you would like to put your resources and money towards, has some alternatives there. So just wanted to share that. I did drop it in the comments just now, but I'm noticing that it didn't go to all of my destinations. So I will make sure after I end my live stream to go make sure that resource is available in my comments. All right, let's keep going. Last little paragraph of K. These and many other young people are using their passions to better the world and make a stack of cash. And the truth is, you could be next. Yeah, love it. All right, we're on to the last letter I'm going to do for today, which is L, which stands for loving leadership. And this quote is, we're going to start with the quote at the top of the page. We are on the brink of an extraordinary union, one in which men and women alike operate from a place of authentic power. It is time for business leaders to become fully human. And this is Nalima Bhatt, the author of Shakti Leadership. I will also say, small disclaimer, obviously this is a quote, so I read it as it is quoted, but I just want to acknowledge that the quote is in which men and women alike operate from a place of authentic power. I would like to invite us to just consider that all humans, regardless of gender identity, can be included in that. So, especially since the next part of the quote is, it's time for business leaders to become fully human. So, let's get into the meat of letter L. Love, leadership. We don't hear these words used together very much, do we? Usually the word love is reserved for our friends and family. In fact, most people in traditional capitalism believe that love does not belong anywhere in business. But if we're passionate about our work, couldn't love be something that we include in that business? Conscious businesses believe that business is like a person, and people need love. They know that when employees feel cared for, they gain confidence to be innovators and are willing to share their ideas and are more motivated to do their work. And you know what? Study after study is showing that conscious businesses who lead with love are super profitable and successful. Conscious leadership is another one of the 4 pillars of conscious capitalism. Great leaders don't always set out to be leaders, but they're on a quest to make a difference. They know it's not about the role, they know it's about the goal. These conscious leaders understand that we is as important as me. They bring out the best in those around them. They know that everyone on their team matters, and they work hard to keep the business focused on its higher purpose. Conscious leaders know that creating a conscious culture of trust will create a ripple effect of love, positively impacting the profits that they make, their people, and the planet. And then it says, for our picture right here, create your own leadership avatar. In the circle on the leadership pillar, draw a picture of yourself. Then surround yourself with words and symbols that relate to the type of leader you want to be. Think about how you want people to feel around you, the things they may say, and even the things you may do as a leader. All right, friends, that is it for tonight. We made it through our letters of the alphabet. We have H for heroes and heroines, I for impact investors, J for joyful jobs, K for kid power or kidpeneur, and L for loving leadership. So I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on these different topics, good, bad, indifferent. Let's get a conversation going, because it matters that we are talking about how businesses are having an influence on the world and an impact on the world, and how we can use business to be one of the greatest vehicles for change. And we have a choice of how we're running our businesses. So this is the source material, ABC's Conscious Capitalism for Kids. And join me next time when we go through some more of our letters. See you later.